Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And Jehovah spoke to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak unto all the assembly of Israel, saying, On the 10th of this month let them take themselves each a lamb. For a father's house, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too small for a lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of souls, each according to the measure of his eating shall ye count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a yearly male. Ye shall take it from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it until the 14th day of this month. And the whole congregation of the assembly of Israel shall kill it between the two evenings. And they shall take of the blood, and put it on the two doorposts, and on the lintel of the houses in which they eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread. With bitter herbs shall they eat it. Ye shall eat none of it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roast with fire, its head, with its legs, and with its inwards. And ye shall let none of it remain until the morning. And what remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it. Your loins shall be girded, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is Jehovah's Passover. And I will go through the land of Egypt in that night, and smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Jehovah. And the blood shall be for you as a sign on the houses in which ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be among you for destruction, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall celebrate it as a feast to Jehovah. Throughout your generations as an ordinance, forever shall ye celebrate it. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. On the very first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And on the first day ye shall have a holy convocation, and on the 7th day a holy convocation. No manner of work shall be done on them, save what is eaten by every person. That only shall be done by you. And ye shall keep the feast of unleavened bread. For in this same day have I brought your hosts out of the land of Egypt, and ye shall keep this day in your generations as an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, in the evening ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month in the evening. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whoever eateth what is leavened, that soul shall be cut off from the assembly of Israel, whether he be a sojourner or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your dwellings shall ye eat unleavened bread. Verse 21. And Moses called all the elders of Israel, and said to them, Seize and take yourselves lambs for your families, and kill the Passover. And take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and smear the lintel and the two doorposts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of his house until the morning. And Jehovah will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood on the lintel and on the two doorposts, Jehovah will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this as an ordinance for thee and for thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye are come into the land that Jehovah will give you, as he has promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say to you, What mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, It is a sacrifice of Passover to Jehovah, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their heads and worshipped. And the children children of Israel went away, and did as Jehovah had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight Jehovah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on his throne, to the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his bondmen, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house in which there was not one dead. And he called Moses and Aaron in the night, and said, Rise up, go away from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve Jehovah, as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and go, and bless me also. And the Egyptians urged the people to send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We are all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel had done according to the word of Moses. And they had asked of the Egyptians utensils of silver, and utensils of gold, and clothing. And Jehovah had given the people favor in the eyes of the Egyptians, and they gave to them, and they spoiled the Egyptians. Verse 37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men, besides children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, very much cattle. And they baked the dough that they brought forth out of Egypt into unleavened cakes, for it was not leavened. For they were driven out of Egypt, and could not wait. Neither had they prepared for themselves any food. And the residence of the children of Israel that they had resided in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, on that same day it came to pass, that all the hosts of Jehovah went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night of observance to Jehovah, because of their being brought out of the land of Egypt. That same night is an observance to Jehovah for all the children of Israel in their generations. Verse 43. And Jehovah said to Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. No stranger shall eat of it, but every man's bondman that is bought for money, let him be circumcised. Then shall he eat it. A settler and a hired servant shall not eat it. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth any of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the assembly of Israel shall hold it. And when a sojourner sojourneth with thee, and would hold the Passover to Jehovah, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and hold it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land. But no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be for him that is homeborn, and for the stranger that sojourneth among you. And all the children of Israel did as Jehovah had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Verse 51. And it came to pass, on that same day, that Jehovah brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, according to their hosts.